Solole, Solole, Yawo, Yawo, Soloni, Keja, Fatima, Solole. Yeah, well, anyway, we will pick it from there. Like I said, today the 24th of December 2020 is my 5 years in Europe. How did I manage to be here today? If you know Mr. Sonko, you definitely know that I am a struggler. You will definitely know that I went through a lot of things in my life. You will definitely know that I stood with my fellow African migrants in Europe to help and bring a better life to each and every one of us. So basically today I just want to explain a little bit story about how I make it to Europe. And yeah, so we will start, or I will start the talk, they explain the story from uh, um, I think let me just start it from Libya, because Libya is, if I want to explain the whole story from the Gambia to Libya, we will be here for 5 hours, so we don't have that time. Today, the video will be a little bit longer. Usually my videos are 10-12 minutes, but today I will make it a little bit longer to briefly explain how Mr. Sonko make it to be here today. Yeah, it was very, very difficult. Of course, I think this back way, illegal migration, it is not a news to any of my followers. When we said this back way, it is a very famous thing. And many of our brothers, of course, you, the comrades, many of you also come through this back way. And we all know the reasons, we have different reasons why we flew, why we left our country to come to look for a greener pasture, or to look for a protection or a better life, anyhow you may call it. So basically, most of us come through this West African countries, like the Gambians, of course, Senegal. You go to Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Libya. Then there you cross the Mediterranean Sea. But to make it short, how is Libya? To get to Libya is one of the most difficult thing that any migrant will explain to you. This is where do or die. It's like your life is always between death. You are between dead or alive. So we all know, to get into Libya, from Niger to get into Libya, you must cross the desert. That is the Sahara Desert. This is one of the most dangerous place, one of the most dangerous thing a human being can try in his or her life. Yes, we all went through this Sahara Desert. Many of us succeeded, but thousands of our brothers and sisters lose their life. This is the saddest part of this journey. This is the part that tells us, my fellow brothers and sisters who are in Gambia, should not try this journey. Don't look at how many people arrived or how many people succeed to be in Europe, but how many thousands of your brothers and sisters die in Sahara Desert alone. It is too much, too many. Most of my fellow brothers and sisters will tell you this, or will explain this. If you come through the desert from Libya, from Niger, you have to cross the desert to Libya. This is not an easy journey. This is a very terrible experience that any migrant will anybody who came through this journey will explain you. This is the way you will see a lot of your fellow African brothers and sisters lying completely dead in the desert. There are dead bodies everywhere, scattered everywhere. You see burial sites, you see places that you know that definitely here is full of burials. Your fellow brothers and sisters from your country, from your continent, who try to escape from, who try to leave their continent, leave their country to look for whatsoever, being security, being international protection, being economical chances, or better life, greener pasture, someone might call it. These are your fellow brothers and sisters who were looking exactly what you are, what we were all looking for, but they could not make it. You see their dead bodies lying everywhere in the desert. This journey is not easy and it's never easy. When you are in the desert, when you are in those small pickups, they call them, when they are running. In fact, these drivers, these Nigers or the Libyans who will drive us from Niger to Libya, most of them are either drunkards or alcoholics or addicted to drugs. We all know it. Most of these drivers will be smoking completely the whole time, so they're kind of crazy when they are even driving. They drive like crazy people, mad drivers. You see, they run. You cannot even imagine how fast these people will drive these pickups, and they will load us like slaves, like animals, like you cannot even imagine. You see the back of these small pickups, the minimum they would put there will be 30, 40 to 50 people. Wow. Then there, if you know how 30 people at the back of the pickup, how they load that, you all know. Most of us whom we cross through this Sahara desert will tell you that these pickups are all surrounded with small sticks just to put in between your legs like this to hold it in case if you want to fall down. A stick that sometimes you can even break. This is not a journey that worth someone to take. Very hard, never easy. A lot of our brothers, you will start this journey with people. I mean, from Niger to Libya, you will start this journey with your brothers and sisters. But how many of them do make it to Libya? You see dead bodies everywhere. You any difficulty that you can think of, it is in Sahara Desert. Anything you can imagine in life is in Sahara Desert. We went through a lot. That's why when I hear that Gambians, when I saw fellow African migrants, fellow Africans, refugees in Europe, in the street, going crazy or getting crazy, I don't ask any question. I know why. If you connect those dots, they went through a lot. They sacrificed through a lot. They suffer a lot. So if they are in Europe and they're still struggling to get a better life, come on, nobody should. You should not be a rocket scientist to know that it's because of their past traumatization. It's because of their past experience in desert, in Mediterranean Sea. Putting those bad memories, keeping those bad memories in your head, in their heart, without not going through therapies in Europe. Come on, they cannot make it. Your head cannot take it. Most of them will go crazy, mad. They will start walking in the street. To come back to the point, we will go through all these things. We will start our journey with our fellow brothers and sisters. We come up to Europe. We try to come, sorry. We go through this desert, and thousands of them will lose their life or lose their life in the desert. You start this journey with people. You met people dying in the desert, or you start this journey through this desert with your fellow brothers and sisters, that you leave them behind because they cannot make it in one way or the other. You come to Libya, Tripoli, anywhere in Libya. That's the worst part. They struggle a lot. We all struggle a lot. Most of them live in Libya for years. Some will tell you I was in Libya for 2 years. Some will tell you I was in Libya for 5 years. Some will tell you I was in Libya for years, in horrible situations. Struggling, daily struggling. Even at night to sleep is a problem in Libya. Guns are everywhere. Criminals are everywhere. Rebels are everywhere. Kidnappers are everywhere in Libya. Human traffickers are everywhere. You live in that horrible situation, that condition for 2, 3, 4 years. You expect them, if they are in Europe, they will go. They will still be normal people. You expect them, if you expect that if they are in Europe, they will still be okay. They will still be healthy like any normal individual. No. This journey is not an easy journey. If any individual, any African fellow brother who try to come through this back way and make it this legal journey and make it to Europe, he or she should be respected. He or she should be protected. He or she should be helped. He or she should be given some rights. But he should not be seen as criminals. He should not be seen as an illegal human being. He should not be seen as a lawbreaker. He should not even be, they should not even guard us and put us in camps, talk less of Himes. My fellow brothers and sisters, we went through hell. If you talk about Libya, you think that's the end of it. At some point, you go and die in the Mediterranean Sea, it's better to live in Italy. At some point, you go and die in the Mediterranean Sea, it's better for you to continue staying in Libya. After all this sufferation, going through desert, come to Libya, try to survive there daily. That's still not the end of the story. You have to cross Mediterranean Sea, whereby there is 99 possibility that you are going to die. You have only 1%, 1% chances to survive. You come to Libya. You go through. They even pack us like slaves, hide us, because it is all struggle. You will be smuggled or struggle from your house or from where you are in Libya to the riverside. Sometimes, some of our brothers and sisters will tell you that riverside, to come to Libya, to cross that seaside, that seaside rather, to have access to that seaside to come to Europe after paying your money. Some of our brothers and sisters will tell you that they will stay in that seaside for months. I mean, open place. Sometimes very cold or dusty. You will be kept. Most of our brothers and sisters will tell you that they were kept in seaside just to try to cross the Mediterranean Sea to either go and die or get yourself into Europe. Most of our brothers and sisters will tell you that they went through hell at that seaside. They will stay there for months without food, without water. So you still think this is okay? They will be okay when they arrive in Italy or in Germany or in Spain, anywhere in Europe. Hello? What is going on? You still think that they will be healthy enough when they cross to when they succeed to be in Italy or in Lampedusa or anywhere in Europe? We are human beings, blood running in our veins. You will be in that seaside. Most of our brothers and sisters were kept in that seaside for months without water and drink. Without water, food, and any kind of thing they don't have anything. When I was there, I saw some brothers and sisters, they are just like skeleton because they were there for months without water, without food, without nothing. No communication. They are just there like you cannot imagine. Even animals are better than them because animals have water and food in forest or anywhere they are. But human beings, with their souls, breathing, will be kept in the seaside in Libya for months, weeks, months, I mean. Only lucky ones will spend days there. Only lucky ones will just come and pass. This is not an easy journey. This is not an easy journey, brothers and sisters. Those brothers and sisters in Gambia, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, in Senegal, in Casamance, in Liberia, please stay in your country. Look for other ways and means to travel legally than illegal migration. It did not worth it. Most of us you are seeing here in Europe today went through hell. That's why you are hearing most of our African brothers and sisters in Europe are dying, are getting sick, are getting crazy. Because they still did not have help that they deserve. They still did not go through medical attentions that they need or deserve. They still did not have the international protection that they need or deserve. They are still seeing, most of Europeans or European politicians are still seeing us as criminals or people who are living in their countries illegally. So don't be surprised to hear your fellow brothers and African brothers and sisters getting crazy, getting mad. We went through a lot. They need therapists to help them to forget those bad memories. They need therapists to help them to rehabilitate them, to help them to put them through the system, to help them to give their energy, their emotions, their confidence back. We really went through hell. It was not easy. In the desert, I was like, wow, am I a human being? Am I seeing fellow human beings dead body everywhere. In the desert, I mean. Brothers and sisters, we don't need to try this journey. There is no way, there is no chance. It doesn't worth it. In that Mediterranean Sea, they will keep us. Come back to the topic again. They will keep us. I mean, for months and weeks at the seaside to be able to have the chance to go and either die or get to to arrive in Europe. But do you know how many boats capsized in that Mediterranean Sea? How many of our brothers and sisters were in that Mediterranean Sea? How many of our brothers and sisters lost their life in that Mediterranean Sea? This is, of course, this is not a news to any of you. But I want to explain my version of the story as a victim, as someone who went through this thing, as someone who will never repeat this thing, as someone who will not like or love to see his brothers and sisters and family members to go through this thing, as someone who wish his country, his government will be able to do something for his people. Will his government, has someone who wish for his government to take care of their youth so that they will not leave for this journey. That's why I deem it necessary to explain. Today is my 5 years in Europe, but I need to explain how did I get here. It is not to encourage any of my fellow Gambian brothers and sisters to take this backway journey. It is not to encourage any of my African brothers and sisters to take this illegal migration. It is not worth it. In Africa, in Nigeria, in Gambia, in Senegal, in Ghana, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, there will be no region or village where you will say that we did not heard or hear that our brothers and sisters die, someone or people dying in desert in Mediterranean Sea through this illegal migration. But what are our governments doing? What is our continent, Africa, doing to stop this? Are they doing enough to stop this? No. Are our countries doing enough to stop this? No. If they are doing something to stop this, from 5 years to now, every month you will hear that a boat capsized or a boat is controlled in Mediterranean Sea or wheresoever. The Gambia, 2 months ago, every month you will hear a story about Gambians trying to get into Spain or trying to get into the Mediterranean Sea. In Africa as a whole, the same thing continues. The same story, the same narratives. When will this stop? When will Africa as a continent stand to help their youth to see that Africa is a continent that we have? When will our politicians will try to give what we desire, what the youth need to sit in their country? When will they deliver to us? When will they deliver good governance, something at least where youths will sit in their country, in their continent, to say that we have something in our continent, in our country to stay? The funniest thing is EU, UN, ECOWAS, every international partners or donors will tell you we are doing this, we are doing this. You are doing it, but yet still the narrative is still the same. People are going, people will even moving every day, even tonight. What is happening? Can't you guys sit down and think properly that African leaders, politicians are misusing the funds, the help you are offering? this journey, illegal migration, commonly known as backway, did not worth taking, brothers and sisters. You get into this Mediterranean Sea. Let me just give my own version of this. When I was I left the seaside in Libya, 22nd of it was 22nd of December 2015. We departed, but as soon as our boat start going inside the sea, our captain, I mean the fiber boat we were in, the captain, and this contained around 100 people in a very small boat. Our captain, gets scared. He gets scared. After a few minutes, he gets scared. Luckily, our captain and our compass man also was a captain. They were all from the same village. They are all from the same village in the Gambia, a village called Bara. All what we need to do, I cannot say, denounce their name in this video. All what we need to do was, like, when that happened, when our captain give up, like kind of get scared because of how the sea is and how the waves were, he completely gets scared. Our compass man exchanged the position. We complained because he was not doing good, and you can clearly see in his eye that, look, he was scared. But luckily, our compass man was also a captain from the same village. Proudly get up and take this machine from our captain. Said, look, you come and control the compass and I will control the machine. If not, had it been we did not have this compass man who was capable of doing this, taking the position of the captain man, we could have all died. Like how my fellow brothers and sisters, whom they lose their life in the Mediterranean Sea. That's how we exchange. So he started moving. But getting deep inside the Mediterranean Sea, deep in the Mediterranean Sea, you don't see nothing. You don't hear nothing rather than the wave. You don't see nothing. You don't hear nothing rather than the sound in the sea. And of course, there you see or you hear your fellow brothers and sisters whom from this different faith naming their God. Christians will be saying Jesus. And my fellow brothers, Muslims and sisters, will be saying Allah, God. Reciting Qur'ans, quoting, Christians will be quoting Bibles or whatsoever. Because this is all what you have now. To pray to God that let God protect and guide you to arrive safely in Italy, Lampedusa, or anywhere. We went through like this for 16 good hours in Mediterranean Sea. For 16 good hours moving. Being already traumatized that we can die at any second. In fact, before 15 hours, at some point, our boat started taking water. We were all panicked. We were all in the hand of God. Christians were calling Jesus. And we, the Muslims in the boat, were calling Allah, God. It did not worth it, brothers and sisters. Don't try. If you are in Gambia, you are in Nigeria, you are in Sierra Leone, you are anywhere, Ghana, in Africa, stay in your country. Look for other possible means, legal means to travel. It did not worth it. But it is not your fault, I know. It is our politicians, it is our governments, our ministers, our continent, the leaders who are not doing their job. A lot of our brothers and sisters die in the Mediterranean Sea. And in my boat, that small boat we are, I still, and I will never forget his name, a Gambian boy called Baba Job from Jara. In our boat, die before we were rescued. Well, we later learned that he was completely tortured. He was terribly tortured and sick in Tripoli before he got chance to get into that small boat to try his chance to Italy or Europe. We left 22nd and 23rd around 10 a.m. It started raining. I mean raining in Mediterranean Sea. In the middle of the sea, it started raining. We left 22nd around 11 at night. So after 15 hours, 10 a.m., 23rd, 10 a.m., it started raining. Heavy rain. And guess what? The boat, of course, we because of the rain, we start again experience seeing a lot of water in our small boat. This was horrible. This was terrible experience. Someone who go through this, you think he or she will be normal? Brothers and sisters, this was not an easy moment for any of us. It was not an easy moment. It was raining. And we start praying again to God. You can hear that. People are shouting the name of Allah, God, in different ways and means. Some reciting surahs from the Quran, some quoting Bible. Christian brothers and sisters quoting Bible, Muslim brothers and sisters quoting Quran, some surahs from Quran. Because we have nothing. There is nothing to rescue you. There is nothing to help you. There is nothing to keep you. There is nothing between you and them. There you know it is only you and Allah. You know it is only you and God. This was not an easy experience. Someone who went through this. You think that person will come to Europe. If he is walking normal, he should thank God. But if he went otherwise, you should ask why. If you don't know, this is why I am doing this video. We went through hell. You come to that. We were rescued. From 23rd, we were rescued by a German ship. A German rescue team, which in 2017 I met them in Berlin. This ship rescued us, but we were in that ship from 23rd to 24th. Then 24th, then the ship they take us to Sicily, Zaragoza, in Umberto Primo emergency camp. In Zaragoza, Umberto Primo emergency camp. But first, we landed in Zaragoza at the seaside with this German ship. Thank God, we were rescued. Around 11 a.m. we were rescued. Thank God. we were there, and luckily, of course, our compassman communicate, make some calls, and luckily within minutes we saw a helicopter coming, something like this. Then after the helicopter, we saw a big ship, coming towards us. But then the big ship cannot come closer to our boat, because then that means the wave will be too powerful for us. The big ship stand far, and then they will drop these small boats from the big ship that will come to rescue us. This is how it happened. And we find our way to the big ship. They kept us there for at least 24 hours, transfer us to Saracusa in Italy. And even in that big ship, that's where you realize some of our brothers were already traumatized. I was sitting in between two Gambian brothers. They were telling me that they still did not believe that big ship were not, Tunisians rescue team or Libyan rescue team, because they were speaking English to us, but they did not trust it because they were already traumatized, telling me that they would not believe till they see themselves in Italy. They were not talking. They were telling me, bro, I don't believe these people. Because some among those two people were, in between the two people I am sitting, one of them tried 4 good times to cross that Mediterranean Sea. 4 times. Think of this. 4 times. And according to him, 3 of his boats were capsized. So how many people died while he was trying? This boy alone. He tried 4 times. The 4th one he came with us. So 3 times his boat were capsized, and most of them died. So someone like him, who still struggled to get into Europe, arrive in Italy, Lampedusa, anywhere, in Germany, anywhere, you are still seeing him as criminal. You are still seeing him as someone who is not from anywhere. Really? If he go crazy, you still think that he is because of drug or whatsoever. No. You did not know what he went through. And you did not even give him the chance to tell you clearly what he went through. We struggled a lot. We suffered a lot. We cannot say it all, because people might not even believe. Only those who went through it will know what I mean. Upon arrival in Zaragoza, remember it, I said it is 24th of December, exactly today. By this time, I still did not, today, 24th of December, when we arrived in Zaragoza, by this time, I still could not even have a bed to sleep. They were arranging, taking our fingerprints, taking our details, taking all those protocols, European protocols. They did not even ask you, do you want to request asylum?